Hey there, fight fans! In today's video, we are going to kick things off with the arrest of Nate Diaz, who voluntarily turned himself in to the New Orleans Police Department. But that is not all, as we also dive into the Dana White Slap League scandal, where the Nevada State Athletic Commission suspended 6 members due to failed drug tests. The league's reputation is at stake, and swift and decisive action is needed. Plus, we have the latest on former UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, who has received his latest major league offer. So we're going to be taking a look at a wild request from a fan, which was fulfilled by the Spanish UFC fighter Ilya Topuria, who is known for his punching power. So get ready for a very exciting video, but before we kick things off, I just want to ask you to help subscribe to the channel. As you can see, 91.4% of the people that watch don't subscribe, while only 8.6% of people with a sub do. So thank you to everyone who helps to support us. Now, the popular fighter Nate Diaz was arrested, but he did turn himself in voluntarily. Diaz appeared at the New Orleans Police Department, where a warrant had been issued for his arrest in connection with his involvement in a street fight. This was announced in an official statement by Diaz's spokesperson, Zach Rosenfield, saying, "Nate voluntarily reported to the New Orleans Police Department this morning. We continue to look forward to providing all of the evidence and videos proving that Nate acted in self-defense." The arrest warrant was issued on suspicion of second-degree battery, which is a felony in Louisiana, and carries a maximum sentence of 8 years in prison. So as you probably already know, over this last weekend, a video went viral in which Nate Diaz did a guillotine choke on a Rodney Peterson, and after the man loses consciousness, he then throws him to the pavement. Later, Peterson, who became famous on social media due to his resemblance to the famous blogger Logan Paul, said that Diaz attacked him for no reason, probably confusing him with the popular YouTuber. Now, according to a police report, officers who arrived at the scene found Peterson lying unconscious with a bruised head and then called him an ambulance. The day before, Rosenfield announced that Peterson was a trained fighter and had every intention of attacking Diaz, who was forced to defend himself. Note that the 34-year-old Peterson really has a fighting background consisting of 5 early defeats in amateur MMA. Nate Diaz, who is suspected of inflicting second-degree battery in a New Orleans street fight, did act in self-defense, according to Zach Rosenfield. Nate's lawyer, Walter Becker, has contacted New Orleans court authorities and is looking forward to presenting to the district attorney all the facts about this incident, which clearly demonstrate that trained fighter Rodney Peterson was aggressively pursuing Nate with the intention of getting into a fight with him, and Nate acted solely in self-defense, Diaz's team had in a statement.
You wanted to play the game, and now that, you're on film getting choked out and you have a little boo-boo on the back of your head, hey, stupid. All you had to do is walk the other way.
Yeah.
But no, you want to play stupid games. Well, you want a stupid prize. Yeah. Congratulations.
Nate Diaz was acting in self-defense, and one could argue that he did the absolute bare minimum to that man. He choked him out. When you come around from a choke, there's no damage whatsoever, but that's the best way to be choked out. That is the best way to lose your consciousness, because as soon as the blood flow comes back, there's no damage done. You know, you're embarrassed, you're humbled, you've been choked out, but there is no damage done.
So it is not yet known how Nate Diaz's legal problems will affect his boxing match with blogger Jake Paul, which is due to take place on August 5th in Dallas, Texas. But after these incidents, Jake Paul's father, Greg Paul, challenged Nate Diaz to a fight.
Nate, you're a pussy. You are a pussy. Beating up a dude who had no intention to do anything against you, had no issues with you. You're a pussy. And I challenge you. You know what? You try that with me, I'm gonna knock the out of you. I will knock the out of you. So you're gonna get your ass beat by old man GP, and you're gonna get your ass beat by Jake. But I'm gonna do it for free because it's fun.
Hey, I'm Jake Paul's dad. Dude, I just wanted to tell you, we watch you and I love your fight style, your dog attitude, and it's an honor to say to you, man.
Now, I don't know who started it. I hear things happen inside the fight, outside the fight. Somebody pushed him, all that. It seems a bit unfair. Because once again, at what point does a man get to defend himself? At what point does a man's career not allow for him to always have to take the high road. Nate ain't there. I don't know what comes of this, but I can't sit here with 100% certainty to say he's 100% in the wrong or 100% right.
Right, we're gonna have to see what happens. I don't know. Let's see. You guys tell me. I don't know.
Former UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou has received a final offer from ONE Championship and may soon join the roster of the Asian organization. It was announced by the president of ONE Championship in the latest episode of the MMA Hour program, saying, "We continue to negotiate with Francis. I like Francis, and I think he can bring a lot to our organization. I think it won't be easy for him in our heavyweight division. Frankly speaking, this is a big challenge for Francis. If you look at Anatoly Malikin, his record is 12-0, and he is a former member of the Russian national wrestling team. He can knock you out with one blow and has 80% of early victories. But nevertheless, fighting with such a big puncher as Francis Ngannou is the worst nightmare for anyone. He is a giant monster. He has a lot of offers now, and he is waiting for our final offer. I don't know if my team managed to send it to him, but we are meeting with Francis this Saturday. I think we can come to an agreement." Last month, the Cameroonian heavyweight announced that he was choosing between offers from ONE Championship and PFL, but it seems that the American League is not going to fight for the Predator and is just fully focused on their ongoing season. If you recall, at the beginning of the year, Francis Ngannou officially relinquished the UFC Heavyweight Championship belt, leaving the organization as a free agent. At the same time, the Cameroonian hinted that he does plan to debut in a professional boxing match before returning to MMA. The Nevada State Athletic Commission then suspended 6 Power Slap League participants due to failed doping tests, revealing drugs and steroids in their systems. Reports suggest that doping tests found the presence of clomiphene, hormonal and metabolic modulators, GW1516, sulfoxides, buprenorphine, drostanolone, tamoxifen, phentermine, and boldenone in the athlete systems. The Power Slap League has gained popularity where it features its athletes competing to deliver the most forceful slap to their opponents. However, the use of performance-enhancing drugs and steroids in the league has come under scrutiny, with many questioning the safety of the sport. The Nevada State Athletic Commission has imposed temporary suspensions of the athletes pending a full disciplinary hearing, and the scandal has also brought the league's promoter Dana White under the spotlight, raising questions about the league's drug testing policies and safety measures. Meanwhile, fans and critics alike have expressed their outrage at the scandal, calling for stricter regulations and harsher penalties for those found guilty of doping. Now, this incident is not the first of its kind in combat sports, as other leagues and organizations have also been rocked by similar scandals in recent years. The need for stricter drug testing protocols and safety regulations has become increasingly apparent as the use of performance-enhancing drugs and steroids continue to plague the world of sports. As the Power Slap League prepares for its next event, many are watching closely to see how the league will respond to the scandal and what steps they will take to prevent such incidents from occurring in the future. The reputation of the league and the safety of its athletes are at stake, and it is essential that swift and decisive action is taken to address the issue. Spanish UFC fighter Ilya Topuria, who competes in the featherweight category, fulfilled the desire of a fan who asked him to hit him. The video shows that the fan initially tried to fight back after being hit in the liver, but the pain was certainly too much for him to handle, as he then knelt down in an attempt to catch his breath. Ilya Topuria will be fighting Josh Emmett on June 24th at UFC on ABC5. The 26-year-old Topuria last entered the octagon in December of 2022 at UFC 282, defeating Bryce Mitchell by submission in the second round. To his account, 13 wins and no losses. That is all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And remember, this is very important, so thank you in advance.